Phil's boat and testing trackers. Starting with a clip shot earlier as Dick was leaving. Okay, video's rolling. Dick's away after a hectic trip down to see Phil's boat, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah.
Attempted launch, but
yeah.
wasn't time to do it,
Yeah.
so he might do it tomorrow.
Yeah,
so,
hopefully.
Right.
You take care then.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, cheers then.
Okay, have a good
Bye.
journey back. Lovely trip that was, with a nice photo trail. So, more of that in a moment. Yes, that's Robin's Corner. Warning signs about pussycats, where GPS was tested from the late 1980s. Bit of garden sculpture from June. Yeah. And what else have we got here? Well, that's June's car with the stuff that we took down. Yep. Trackers, spare spot, Satcom's tracker there. Go Top we're checking out, and that was taken down for the trip. Yes, what's in here? Yeah, it's on the photo trails anyhow. Yeah, we know from the light that Toadie is in his fort. Hello, Toadie. Hello. He's got armed mice helping him. Yeah, and there's another one up there as well. So, got to get this stuff back in. That's what we took down to see the launch of Phil's boat. And, well, I'll give the story on the commentary, but here's Snoopy's boat getting ready for his next attempt. Lots of work got to be done here, and there's other photos and videos which say more about that. Yes, battle damage. That's the camper that was used to take Snoopy's boat down. Snoopy the Viking. And it's sustained battle damage. June said Robin did it, Robin said the wall did it, but the wall is okay. This is pretty well the standard intro. Health and safety. Yes, we've got cameras everywhere. So there's signs about hidden cameras, but it's not just cameras. So you have to read the small print about health and safety, about water squirters. Right, I've done the health and safety, so I can go into the house. And what we have here, it's probably, yeah, from one of the trackers, probably the Spot Satcom's tracker, when we were down coming back from, yeah, that'll be on the photo trails. So this is the lounge here. Go out into the garden. Probably I'll go into a long photo trail shot down there. There may be some bits of interest, but at least we've got it on the record. And that's it. Enough words from me. So let's go into that photo trail. Seeing Phil's boat and testing trackers. Photo trail. 280 photos in 9.3 minutes. And these photos were all shot on Monday the 22nd of May 2023 and show the kit we took down because Dick had kindly rang up to say, well, he was going down there and would I like a lift down? So Dick came from Reading, and that was the route to go down there from Sunninghill after Dick picked us up. Yes, there's the pussycats while I'm waiting for Dick, and so I've got all the kit ready to take down in Dick's car. I'll be the passenger because of course I'm not allowed to drive, and the The problems with the DVLA probably be in the little press release extract near the end of this video. So that's the spare spot T2 as it's called, which is in the box, and anybody can look at that from the contact page. Is Dick arriving? So we load the stuff into his car, make sure we've got everything. Yeah, he says hello to Toadie, and then we're off. So Robin's passenger, Dick's driving, and we're off for what is, I don't know, a couple of hours or so. And so we use the opportunity to chat, and included Dick saying about his interesting career, loads of things that he hasn't got on his Facebook page, like managing care homes and things. But anyhow, lots of stuff. Looks as though we're arriving there practically. It's near Weymouth, I think. Yes, that looks like that's the car park. We're going to stop at the cafe. Yes, we've got there. So we're now waiting, and the next person to arrive will probably be Peter, another one of Team Joker, who appears on their Snoopy launch videos. And of course Phil, that's probably me speaking to him on the phone, is coming all the way from Cambridge, twice as far as we've had to practically. So Dick decided, let's take a little walk out and look at the beach where the launch would be from. And there he is, he's making some guesses when he's going to be here, when Phil's going to be here. And there's my rough notes. And there's some whole photos from Dick of his career when he was lorry driving. But he did loads of other things, like built his own hang glider. Yeah, enjoyed that chatting. Yeah, so then perhaps I went over to the toilets. Yeah, some were out of order, but one was okay. Oh yeah, fishermen caught mackerel. Some lovely wildflowers there. Here's a lovely nature reserve. Yeah, views across. Ah, there's Peter arriving. And yeah, there's a glimpse of the white horse in the distance. Yeah, that's probably another call to Phil to say, yeah, he's on his way, so rough idea. So we decided to get a snack in the cafe. So that was there, and we're probably now. Oh yes, Dick had a problem with his car battery, but luckily he was able to get around the problem and make sure the battery was. I found some wild fennel. Didn't pick it, but it reminded us of Sicily. That's probably another phone call, and expect that's him arriving. The photograph. And yeah, so Phil's arrived with his boat, and it's even smaller than Snooper's boat. And yeah, he had to pay for car parking. So of course that other character, if I've got it right, is Phil's brother, who lives down there. And yeah, so now we're into the nitty gritty of the actual design and construction. And Phil found that there was some damage to the waterproof box. Oh yeah, that was another little thing. This boat is programmed to go across the Atlantic to the finish line, which is off the coast, and then go down to Australia. Yeah, you see. Not just across the Atlantic. And that's the website. And so there was a lot of interest in that, but it'd be decided, no, he's not going to launch that day. So we take a walk over to see where he would have launched, off the beach, and that's where I think he did launch and went out a hell of a long way. They made a tremendous journey before something went. I think he said, oh yes, the mast had broken. And there was some debate about whether a steel mast was better than a carbon fibre mast, but he'd gone. Oh, that was the go top tracker that I took, and yes, sure enough, that worked. some views now across from the beach. There's the chaps down on the waterfront. I think I was up on the ridge there. So that's Chesil Beach. And now they're looking on smartphones. Now I think that was about the fishermen in the background. I think that was about looking at what the wind was going to be like, for example, the next day. Oh yes, that was some sea broccoli I found. So I hate broccoli, but I thought I'd take some of that back for June. And yes, it has a prominent position in some of the photographs now. So that looks as though, yep, Dick and I are back off. Dick driving, so we're back on the journey. I probably rang home. Yeah, Dick had an important message from home related to young Jai, and so again chatting about all things. Looks as though we're practically home to Sunninghill. So here we go, Berestead Hotel, into Armitage Court, and there's Bentley, the cat from opposite, the guard cat. Yes, hello Bentley. And so we can unload my junk, which includes the trackers. Yes, that little light says Toady is in his fort, relaxing. So make sure I've got all my stuff out of the car, and then Dick has left and able to look at the Spot T2 tracker, and yes, that shows correctly the track and the details. And then the other one, the Go Top tracker, which is taken everywhere, so that shows correctly where we went, including when I carried it across and then back home. And this is at the Bansals. So later in the evening we went down there for coffee and things with Bal and Raj, and of course Romeo. Briefly chat with Jeff, and hello Romeo. Oh yes, I checked on June's phone to look at the trackers, and the Go Top, which I'd taken down, was showing correctly at where the Bansals are. So that was working, yeah. And Raj and I decided we'd go down to the Raj Village for a meal, and yeah, back home for just a quick coffee. And what's on my personal tracker? Yes, been using that for years, pensioner trackers, and of course I wore it so it shows the route down, including out to the seafront. And that's all working. Back home, June's got one as well, of course. Yes, and that must be getting close to the, yes, tracking is caring, quite like that. So that's the end of that photo trail. I told you it'd be long photo trails. I'm coming back into the room now, and you'll probably see I'm wearing something different, because I'm going to go into something shot a few days ago, which was related to the press release. And as it happens, the DVLA part is headlined at the front, and that was the reason I set the page up whenever that was, a couple of years ago I suppose. But the important thing is there are many other stories that would be of much more interest to people, and I've plugged those in, and I've often illustrated them with relevant links to other pages. For example, the Radio Solent bottle tracking page, where we track bottles, and lots of other things there, including the robot boats. Lots of different stories, and of course some of them are related to charitable causes, and so
lots and lots. That's just by scrolling down you get a flavour. There are lots of different stories there, and from my point of view, it's not about making money. If anybody thought I was making money from something, they'd say, oh, he would say that, wouldn't he? It's hopefully to do a little bit of good. So the next page I go to, which is linked from the press page, which is, I called it my DVLA Funny Farm page. So if we go to that, which is already been visited, so there, that is the page, and it has all the information about my case, contents list there, and yes, no apologies for that cartoon. Information security is a major priority at this company. We've done a lot of stupid things we'd like to keep secret. That applies to a lot of places. So I'll scroll down to let you realise that there is a lot of information on that, and in great detail, including the latest information, 22nd February 2023 onwards. Right, that's enough of that. Now, much more interesting subject is Snoopy's robot boat, and a fun project. Loads of people might get interested in it. Don't have to be a boat to cross the Atlantic, but here's a flavour of the publicity we got. Cancel that. Back in 2012.
Seen the launch of a transatlantic sailing attempt this morning in a model boat. Retired NATO scientist Robin Lovelock launched his Snoop loop from Barton-on-Sea towards the Bahamas. It's already been tested over 5,000 miles on a lake in Berkshire. The model will be steered and tracked through a satellite system and by Snoopy, of course, and it should make the crossing in 6 months, if it survives, that is.
The most important thing of the lot, of course, is Snoopy the Viking, the skipper. I don't think he'd make it otherwise. We've also got another bit and piece here. This is a GPS logger that logs the position every 15 minutes. That was back in 2012. The guy that put this material together, including live broadcast and what went up on the BBC website, is Ben Moore.
I just worry for Snoopy. Sport now and Hampshire.
Right, on to the next topic. Right. Now, I'm going to do this all in one take. All unrehearsed and unscripted, so sorry about that. What I'd like to happen, if anybody picks up on the DVLA story, is, as I say, nobody getting into trouble, and that's a genuine request. But when they find flaws in procedures where they don't cover certain things, be good if those are fixed. What I think would be useful for anybody looking at the DVLA and perhaps helping them is, first of all, their organisation chart showing the structure. Yes, it's well known who the head of the DVLA, remarkable woman, looking at her CV, and relevant to this story is the head of the health part. But it would be very useful to see, even if names aren't attached, obviously the names can be attached where they're public already, is how many people in each branch, how many people are reporting to how many. So a simple tree would help. I suggest that first of all. Then, perhaps even more important, is how many people working for the DVLA, even if you don't identify the individuals, are salaried by the DVLA excuse me, directly, as opposed to contracted through an agency or a business. That is very important, and we've seen what's been happening in places like the NHS for years. So that comes into the equation in terms of whether money is well spent, and of course the DVLA collects a lot of money, and there are probably other things as well. But as a starting point, I'd hope anybody that responds to this, I can't afford to get overloaded. We've got other things to do, many other things to do, and we'll be taking a holiday. That'll be public, yes. I'm tracked everywhere by different things, and in fact, if anybody's paranoid about it, anybody who's tracking somebody or looking at somebody's probably seen already. But at the end of the day, there's me wittering on, which is one of my main weakness since I was a little child. That's why if you put things up, clearly be careful what you put up, and often it can do some good. I'm now in the kitchen, and June's rustling up some food in the microwave for Samantha. The microwave was invented by James Lovelock, if you didn't know. And here's Samantha, and of course there's tennis on the television, just for a change. So, oh yes, point out, holidays in we're going off to Sicily again soon, and into the hall. Yes, nice expensive paintings here. Yep, expensive little pocket camera, not expensive. And through into the lounge and out to wrap up this video by saying, look after yourselves, stay safe, and enjoy what days we have.